This conference will now be
United
recorded.
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, so we have each of the supervisors, not supervisors, board members has a package in front of them. Is the purpose of the special meeting. Doug, can you read out the notice of special meeting, please, for the record?
Notices of cancellation of meeting and special meetings. Please take notice that the regular work session meeting of the Wilmington Town Board scheduled for Wednesday, September 26, 2025 at 4 p.m. has been canceled. Please take further notice a special meeting of the Wilmington Town Board has been called for Wednesday, October 1st, 2025 at 4 p.m. at the Community Center, 7 Community Circle Drive, Wilmington, New York, 12997. The purpose of this meeting is for the town clerk to deliver to the board the tentative budget for fiscal year 2026. Please take further notice that a special meeting budget workshop.
Nope, that's okay.
I don't have to keep going.
No, that's for the next meeting. We'll read that one out. Thank you. Okay, so we've been delivered the tentative budget for the next year. Nicole is here. She gave an overview sheet. We're just going to do the overview tonight. And then the next meeting, it is hoped that we'll have the department heads here and everybody on the 15th to answer all the board's questions, and the board can go back and look at this tentative budget and do its best to think about what it likes, what it dislikes, what it would like changed, what it would like, etc. So Nicole's here. So let's go over, Nicole, the budget notes. I think that's going to be the most helpful starting point. Let me just, as an overview, say that this budget gave everything to everybody. There was employees requested 5% raise across the board, except the Parks Department, and asked for a raise that was greater than 5%, and that's built into this budget. There is a summer youth program. There's a ski program. There is a beach program based on what it ended up costing us this year, more or less, on for how much our beach cost the town this year. And everything is sort of reflected in this thing, so she can go over the details. But by and large, it would require us to keep to the 2% tax cap. Would require us to paying using fund balance money of a large amount. But first, go ahead, Nicole. Go ahead.
Can I just ask real quick? Parks Department salary increase, is it calculated in here at 5% or at the higher rate than 5%?
I put it in at what John requested for each him and Ashton.
Which is?
$28 for John and $25 for Ashton.
28 and 25.
Which is how much? What's the percentage?
John's was pretty much the 5%. Ashton's is a little more.
6 or 7?
Maybe 6.
Okay, thanks.
Go ahead, please.
So use of roofs funds. So I increased the expected revenue this year to 100,000. And these line items are where I put the 100,000. So insect control this year will be 21,300. I put in sidewalks that we currently don't have for 7,700. The Visitors Bureau at 14,000. And this is new, the events, personal services, and contractual expenses. So 8,000 for personal services, 2,000 for contractual expenses. Beach personal services of 35,000, beach contracted expenses for 4,000, band concerts of 4,500, and beautification for 3,500. Again, the only items new here are the events and sidewalks.
What is the personal service? Obviously, is wages. The CE is
Contractual expense.
bills that we may get, like porta johns,
Got it. Got it.
stuff like that. So, yeah, so this year, what we discussed before is that we're gonna budget some of the roost funds towards the overage and stuff like that, that are specifically based on events. So that was, we went with 10,000 based on sort of a rough estimate on what this past year's overtime and expenses kind of looked like, and we put a little more in after that. So everything else is sidewalks, we're putting that back in. Visitor bureau is flat. The band concerts is flat.
Beautification also.
Beautification is flat. The beach is more expensive because it's the, as we said, this year's expenses were higher. So go through the tentative budget assumptions, please.
Okay, as Favor mentioned, I put in a 5% salary increase for all employees, that's elected officials included. There is a 10.4% increase in health insurance premiums, as well as the lost my word. The deductibles, excuse me, the deductibles are increasing as well this year, so that the increases in the budget encompass all of that. It's a roughly 18% increase in retirement. This is taking into account for an addition, a line item addition for independent auditing and accounting, and that's just to basically show where we're paying Kathy that comes to help me.
And we'll say that she was spent a lot more time here during the AFR transition, when we transitioned from the old software to the new software. And we haven't really seen her very often for the past few months. So that probably may be going, it's not as much as we spent this year. But she did a lot of work with Nicole on the AFR.
Do you want to go through all of these, or
No,
if you have questions about individual ones? Do you want to?
No, I'd rather not do questions. I'd like you to go read the documentation. She's just going to give an overview, and then I'll give sort of an explanation of a couple of the new ones maybe, but that's about it. Go.
This also took into account the addition of building expense to add in an alarm system that's much needed at the town hall.
Correct.
The addition in unallocated insurance, which assumes a 10% premium increase for one, and also we do not have dam flood insurance currently. And to add that in, it's going to take quite a bit of money. You'll see that in the budget. The addition of expenditures for the comprehensive plan and addition of youth programs. And again, you'll see that in the budget as well, which we sort of touched on in the previous conversation. The tentative budget shows an increase in the tax levy from $1,363,412 to $1,390,412. This increase is $27,000, and the overall impact of this increase is 1.9%. However, this leaves a budget shortfall of $176,927, which would have to come out of fund balance or an increase in the tax levy. If we include this all in the tax levy, the total levy impact would be approximately 15%.
On page 2, she broke down some of the building expenses so that people can, when they're reviewing these numbers, can see what it is that's gone into some of these expenses. Now, so somewhat funnily enough, New York State plays with how it defines the 2% tax increase to go above the levy. And if we'd have followed the same formula as last year, we would probably been only able to raise, let's say, $28,000 in taxes. But because of the way they shifted it online, we're able to raise $66,000 or something along those lines.
$60,645.
$60,000 for it, which is above the 2%. So it's above 2%. But if we were to raise taxes greater than 60,245, we'd have to override the tax cap. We'd have to officially do the motion, the local law, and the public hearing to do something like that. So, so it's not really 2% the increase.
Right now, we're at 27,000.
Correct.
So we roughly have, just to stay underneath it, let's just say for a round number, 30,000 extra. That would put us at 57,000.
Right.
So if we minus that from the 176, we need to come up with $146,000 in cuts.
Correct.
And there's, I've been, Nicole and I've been thinking about how to structure this in a way that is helpful to the board, to look at what it is, so as I said, to like or dislike, or where we could talk about it. I mean, I might personally, I know a few things to think about, we can afford that kind of stuff. But I've also had a chance to look at this. So the copy of this will be put on our website tomorrow morning, and copies will be available to Dawn at her desk. And that here endeth to the budget. Any questions?
When you say that, because of the way that the tax cap is calculated, it's 66, not 27, is that, I know that the formula is complex and difficult to understand. Is that related to the increase in taxable value? Is that where that's coming from?
Mostly, yes.
It's the tax-based growth factor that the state of New York comes up with.
But yes, it's related to the tax base.
Those two things mean the same thing, increase in taxable value and growth in tax base.
Not necessarily.
No.
No, because the state comes up with some weird formula. They're the ones, you plug it into their algorithm and they tell you what it is. So how much it relates to exactly the increase in the tax base, I'm not sure.
But tax base and taxable value, those two phrases mean the same thing, right?
I think just to be, tax base is what the state tells us it is. The taxable value is what the assessors tell us everything's worth. And so,
Got it. Okay, got it. Yeah, and I know that formula related to the tax cap it's really complex, right?
I mean, I don't think so. But
No? Okay.
what happens when you put in your number and you tell them which town you are, they plug in the rest.
So it's mysterious.
Yeah.
Got
It's
it.
an algorithm of some
Got
kind.
it. Okay. Opaque to say the least.
Right.
The increase in retirement, why so high? That doesn't seem normal? Is that typical?
it depends on the year.
The state tells you what the increase in retirement is.
Exactly. And it just based on each tier and what percentage each tier has to pay in as far as the town is concerned. This is the town share that we're talking about.
And not to put this on you, Nicole, you probably have it right on the line item somewhere. So when we talk like an 18% increase in retirement, so we know what this correlates to. Do you have a figure somewhere in the budget what 18% correlates to? Like if that's valued at like 15,000, or so we know what part of that 60,000 is guaranteed that we can't do anything about.
Yeah, why don't we do an overview of your sheets that you got in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I based it on these long sheets that are also in your packet. Based on the amount of salaries for each budget. So for general fund, if you look on page 2 of that, we're basing retirement off the $619,686.
Right, but do we know what that value is? What is our percentage of that as retirement?
Let me see if I broke it down on.
I'm just trying to figure out like what part of that 60,000 is automatically ate up.
By the increase in the retirement.
Exactly.
And the health insurance too.
Right, they're things that we really can't do anything about, so.
Yep.
Well,
I'm not looking for an exact number, but if you have it, it's
I'm not
5
sure this
versus
will-
20.
Right, and I'm not sure if this will answer your question, but when I do a calculation based on the estimates that the state gives me, so general fund would cost us roughly 72,272. Highway would cost us 44,563.
Hold on a second, let me just write these down. 72, 44,
72,000.
Yep.
Oh, you have 40, okay. And water, 12,000.
12,000. And that was last year's numbers or this year's?
This is an estimate for 26.
So 72. 128,000. Divide that by, times that by 0.92. 18%.
Bailiff,
Nicole, I'm sorry, what page are you, I'm lost, what page are we on?
Um, So this one, and up in the corner, it tells you it's general.
Got it.
It's a 2-page
23,000 approximately is what I get up.
addition. Is
Yep.
that what you're, yeah,
Page 2, but I'm not seeing retirement on it. I think that's what she's discussing.
right. Because what I'm taking into account, if you look on page 2, down here at the bottom, where it says total A budget, the 619,686. That's what I'm looking at to figure out, okay, how much should we put in the A fund, the general fund for retirement based on these salaries? So these could change if salary increases change.
yes. There'll be a shift.
And what I did to figure out the increase is she's saying it's 128 this year. I took that number and divided it by 1.18, which is 18%, and I came up with 108,000 last year. So roughly 20K is where I'm getting that number from.
Increase in the town's contribution.
Correct.
So the town pays into the retirement based on the employee's wage, and what percentage of the wage is it?
It depends on the tier.
How many tiers are there?
We currently have 3 different tiers.
And that's related to longevity?
When you started. So, if you're in tier 4, you're happy. The newer employees are in tier 6.
And some are in tier 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tier 6 have to contribute more of their wages towards their retirement than tier 4.
So pretty simple and straightforward.
Maybe.
So,
There's only 3s left.
if they're still alive. Okay. Thanks. So in any event, so we've got a lot of stuff you can look at. Please get a hold of us with any specific questions if you want between now and then. As I said, the 15th, we'll have the department heads here like we did last year. Because you're going to be able to see what they're specifically looking for and they'll be able to answer the questions. I don't know. Sorry. That's me, Mary. Oh my gosh, not this guy. Been calling me for 2 days. Thank you very much. Anything else for the board?
Roughly how many employees do we have in tier 6?
Roughly 15.
15? And tier 4?
3, excuse me, tier 4, we have 6.
That's gotta include a lot of part-time employees then.
Yeah, so basically, even with the lifeguards, we'll try to sign them up to get into the system. They'd be in at tier 6. So it looks like they're not full-time people, they're all full-time people. Okay, public comment.
Yeah, I got one.
Thank you.
Last year, there was discussion on the raises.
Mhm.
They talked about 3 and 4 and 5. First, I remember, what did they get last year for raises?
3.5.
3.5.
I remember that was part of the discussion last year. Because I believe they wanted 5 then, but I think it was a compromise for 3.5. Somewhere around them lines. So I'll just.
Right.
Refresh my memory on that.
Okay.
Can I ask, can we formally vote on John's email?
Oh, yeah. So do you remember the email that was passed around? John made a request.
Don't we have to close this meeting and go into the other one? Because this is technically, didn't you say something about Don, we had to, part of the other meeting or something?
Okay,
Started reading, that was just.
all right, so I have a motion to close the special meeting.
I'll make it.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Aye.
I'm fine. I did have one more budget question, but I'll wait till after this. Parks.
So the special meeting's closed since we're all sitting here and it's a generally noticed meeting. No, it's not executive session. I think it's a request,
Regular work session, basically.
regular work session request for us to approve an expenditure. So go ahead and make it, Laura.
Parks Department, John Langford is requesting rubber mulch for the new playground equipment and also rubber mat purchase for underneath the playground swings. Total of $1,438.62 for the plastic high border with swing mats at $110 each with 6 of them. And then 4 super sacks of rubber mulch,
That's Chris.
2,000 pounds each, or 4 pallets of bags. Price not unloaded is $3,290. And that would be for the playground. And that was a quote that is a 15-day quote, which is why he emailed the board to see about the urgency of it.
Can you send me that email,
Yep.
please?
So we have a motion to approve John's expenditure request by Laura, second. Was somebody?
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call vote, please.
Tim?
Sorry, one more addition. Darren, Tim, and I think the board originally had said that this would come out of community enhancement funds.
I think we have an item for it.
And what you read, that includes the mats as well, right, which you had recommended.
Yeah, if you look at what we've actually expended on that particular appropriation, I think it'll still be fine.
As long as we have enough money still in the community enhancement money.
Yeah, what we appropriated 17,000, I think we're less than that.
Great, I vote yes.
Aaron?
Yes.
Yes.
Tina? Yeah. Evan?
Yes. That's it.
The question I have, and I mean, obviously, I mean, inflation was very high for several years, and I think our goal is to basically we're probably all mostly on the same page that we want to keep track with inflation. I wonder if anyone has looked at what, let's say, Don Hoover was making, just because he's been with town for a long time, what he was making in 2019 and calculated that, index that to inflation and what that would be today. Anyone ever do that? Okay. All right.
Okay,
And we
motion.
also added the longevity.
True.
It's all built.
True.
Motion to adjourn, please.
I just got one more question too, Barry.
Go ahead.
And it's about Tyrone and taking down those trees. Did we ever follow up with that lady to get the liability form for going on her property?
John just gave me a window yesterday, so I'm gonna draft up what it was, that agreement that I was hoping to have. And give it to John to give to her. He says it'll be done by the end of October. So
The insurance, has he discussed that with you as well?
I gotten some insurance forms were faxed in, showing the town is additional insured.
From Precision,
I don't, it's
Yes.
some dude's name.
Yes.
Tyrone? Tyrone Precision, okay.
So yeah, those are in here. They'll be put in whatever the file is supposed to have.
Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
I'll make it.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. I'll check this motion.
No. Wait till you read it all.